All right. This is Dr. LeBlue speaking, and I'm talking to a lady today that's got a pretty extensive history of smoking and um has gotten back to me after initially seeing me 4 years ago for an initial visit. And she now has stopped smoking, and I would just wanted to ask you to report what you've experienced with smoking. You've been smoking since you're 18, and you are now 78, and so you've got a long history of smoking, and I'm sure there's some advice that you can give to people out there or someone who's thinking about coming in and going through this program with me. And why don't you just tell them what you've been through, what you've experienced, and what your feelings are regarding stopping smoking with me and this approach. So just begin with, I guess, well, you started smoking when you were 18.
Right when I was in college. One of my roommates smoked, and it was time for some exams, and everything was tense. And she smoked, and she said it eased the tension. So I smoked one of her cigarettes, and yeah, it did. And therefore, I started smoking. My mother and father went Madaglop. Or my mother had been a smoker. Um, and then many, many years later, in the mid 90s, for some reason, I don't remember what, I decided to quit smoking, and I did. And I was doing fine, but then I was taking care of my mother, and she had Alzheimer's, and the tension drove me back
And how
to
old were
smoke.
you then?
Uh, let's see, 2002, I would have been 60 years old.
Okay. So you had some solid history in smoking and smoke inhalation,
Oh, yes.
and it took that long for you to get to the point where you decided to give it up,
Mm-hmm.
to work on giving it up.
Right. And I was really happy when I did. I felt a lot better. I was breathing better. But tension will do things to you. You got to admit it. And when there's a cigarette that's handy, you're dead in the water. What can
Okay.
I tell you?
So after a period of time, you got to the point where you decided to try several different methods of stopping.
Yes. After I moved here, I was living with a friend who was a smoker, and the two of us decided to, if we quit together, we had a better chance than if one of us tried and the other one wasn't. So we went on the patch, and it worked.
But
But in 2005, the hurricane came along, and we were told to get out of Dodge because it was going to be a really bad one, and we could end up dead in the hurricane. So we went to a friend of mine in Arkansas. I had to stop for gas, and while I was filling the tank, she hopped into the store and bought a pack of cigarettes, and we were both on cigarettes again. Some years later, I tried the patch again, but I had a very, very bad reaction to it. So I tossed it and I continued smoking until I came here, and um, the first time was just the initial tell me what it's all about and how much it's going to cost, and I
That
decided,
was in 2015.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I decided stupidly that I couldn't afford it. I didn't stop and think the way I did this time. Yes, Dr. LeBlue is not cheap. However, depending upon the brand of cigarettes that you smoke, you could be paying anywheres from, let's say, with taxes, $40 for a carton of cigarettes up to about maybe $85, $90 for a carton of cigarettes. And then again, think about how many cigarettes you smoke, how many packs you go through in a week,
So it boils down to the fact
and
that it's worth it.
you save so much money by quitting and just paying that fee that Dr. LeBlue charges. It becomes, oh, well, yeah, I can afford that. And look at how much money I'm going to save by not smoking and what I'm going to do for my health, too.
Right.
Oh,
So it balances out.
oh, it more than balances out.
Great. Why don't you say something about the hypnosis program that you've been through with me? Hypnosis is very popular for helping people to stop smoking, but the popular way is a single session. And I think you went through a single session before.
The first time I quit back in California, it was a single session.
But my session is a multiple session approach. And now that you've been through it's a multiple session approach and a combined mixture uh, approach, behavior modification approach. Now you can see from all the programs that you've been through, you can see the advantage of this program. Can you not?
Oh, absolutely. It isn't just the uh, half hour or so of hypnosis that you put me through. It's the conversations that we have. It's the um, films that you show me. I have learned so much about the dangers of cigarette smoking and what it does to you. And not only what it does to you, but what it does to the people around you who are not smoking, but who are breathing in that smoke that you are letting out.
And the animals as well around
Right.
you.
Um, you all of a sudden realize that you have to take responsibility not just for your own health, but to a large degree the health of the people around you.
So now you can see the advantage of going through my program,
Oh,
going through it
absolutely. No doubt about it.
with me.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you say to someone who's considering uh, going through hypnosis with Dr. LeBlue uh, over as compared to other programs?
I would say go to Dr. LeBlue. The other programs that are out there really don't teach you anything. You may end up not smoking, but you really haven't learned anything. And what is living? We have to learn, and we've got to act upon what we have learned.
So you would advise someone considering going through my program, uh, to give it a chance and be patient with it,
Yes.
and let it help you learn to stop smoking, to become a non-smoker.
Right.
Great. Well, you know, a lot of people are suspicious about hypnosis. Uh, they have misconceptions. And is there anything you'd like to say about that?
Well, I can remember as a kid in school, I guess it was high school, we had a guy come who was a hypnotist. And he called several of us one at a time up on the stage, and he hypnotized us and made us do stupid things.
Ah,
And of course, all of our classmates laughed at us and continued to tease us about what had happened.
oh, yes.
And it left us with a very, very poor idea of what
Impression.
hypnosis is all about.
Right. But
And
so now you can see beyond that.
oh, absolutely. There's so much good that hypnosis can do for you.
And that's because this is clinical hypnosis.
Right.
This is not entertainment hypnosis. Well, that's an important distinction for people to consider. And it's very important for them to know that I am a clinical hypnotherapist and I'm not a entertainment hypnotherapist. So there is a difference, and I'm glad you can point that out to the people who are going to be watching your testimony.
Well,
So you would recommend what for people who have doubts, have questions, and
to go to you, talk to you, find out what it's all about, and if they feel comfortable, to go with it. If they don't feel comfortable, just try to relax and see whether or not just talking to Dr. LeBlue,
listen and be patient.
and
Right?
yes, and one of the things that you have to keep in mind is that the guys who go on stage are hypnotists. Dr. LeBlue is not a hypnotist, he is a hypnotherapist.
Yes.
And that therapist part of it is the big difference.
That's what makes the difference. Yes.
And we all, at some point in time, go through some kind of therapy in our life.
Yes.
So this is just another kind of therapy.
How do you feel now about stopping smoking? You've stopped smoking in what 5 or 6 sessions, and you've made some progress.
Yes.
And so you feel like you're going to stay off of cigarettes from now on.
I do. When I think about, I'm at the checkout line and there's the cigarette rack behind the clerk, and I think, oh gosh, I would love to buy. No, you're not going to spend your money foolishly. Do not be stupid. And I turn away, and that's it. I'm not going to be stupid. I'm not going to spend my money foolishly.
Yes. So you feel like you've stopped smoking permanently, do you?
I hope and pray.
Okay.
It's one step at a time.
But
and
for
I've
now,
got to take those steps.
but for now, you can say no to a cigarette and mean it.
Right.
Okay. Great. Well, I want to thank you for giving this testimony. I'm sure it will help someone who perhaps is doubtful, has questions, and has doubts. And you certainly have won a great battle in stopping smoking, and for which you can truly be proud of yourself. You've worked hard, you've gone through multiple sessions, and you have stopped smoking, and that is a great thing. And you're going to benefit from it for the rest of your life, I'm sure. And I salute you for the effort that you've made. You've worked hard. You paid for it, and as a result, you got results, and that's what you came for. And I salute you once again. Thank you very much for this testimony. I'm sure it will help somebody who maybe has a few doubts.
And I thank you for all the help that you have given me to get beyond this really nasty habit.
Great. Well, thank you once again, and best of luck to you.